Okay, pilots, I'm going to put some servos in my wing tips here. If my lamp will last long enough. I didn't have it on charge. I've got to do this first because I've already got have got enough servos to do this and to get my landing gear working. So I'm going to get this out. And I'm going to put my wing together. Get everything in the wing. Get it ready. And then I'm going to get the parts ready to paint. I'm going to paint that gold brown. But I'm going to leave that green alone. That green's pretty nice color green. But the gold is going to go brown. I'm going to tape these up. Let's try to save my decals. Okay. I'm not going to glue the ailerons in right now. We'll do that later. Get the servo ready. Alright. Now. There it is. There's my servo box. So the horn, there's a good solid piece right there that the horn is going to be on. The aileron. Let's do a little surgery to their wing here. More than likely, I'll have to do a little sanding to get the servo to fit in. Keep that piece there. You might need that one day. Alright. Yeah, I've got to put the servo in here and run the lead out so that I can put this wing tip on and then glue my buckets into my landing gear, because I won't be able to get to the lead to pull it through if I get the landing gear bucket put on there. So you just got to look over these arcs and figure out, okay, I got to do this first, then I got to do that. If I do that, I'll have to redo it because I've screwed up. Let's see here. Now, do I want that? That far away. Look at a push rod. Oh, this is another setup here on these push rods. See, it's got reinforcement, or the inner rod here goes into the outer rod that's in the model, glued in, where it be stiff instead of doing this. And then you got they just give you shortened ends. Let's see here. Yeah. They just gave you ends with threads on one to stick into the end of this. Let's see, that's got two threads. That's something else. Yeah, there it is. See So you got a Z-band, and then you got threaded so that you screw that into that, hook it into the servo arm, and this goes all the way to the rudder or something else. But it goes through another tube. It's on the inside of the fuselage. That's the way they want you to do this one. But they also have ones for, I've got to figure out. Look here. For my ailerons. Okay. Yep. Yep. Got to get my horns. Dump them out here. Oh yeah. Now these are some new style horns. I've never seen these before. Okay. Now, there they are. Callus. Okay. I'm figuring. I'm looking on the instructions here, which is hard to see. Z-band, Callus, yeah. Okay. So it's one of these Z-bands with threads on the end. Because we don't have flaps. So this is our only servo we put in the actual wing. Because in the next video I'm going to show you putting the landing gear in. Okay. That's going to be similar to what I want that side to be on. Yeah. Okay. Uh-oh. Might not have to. Nope. I got to do a bit of sanding on that one. Let's see. Trying to figure out which side the arm can be on. Now on the instruction, it's on this side. But that will put that, yeah, that puts that. That puts that horn right there up against the edge. And man, I'd like for that to be out here. To have a little bit more pull. Yeah. And if it changes direction, okay, if you're giving it left and it's going right, you know, you can always reverse it in the radio. See? Because I want it out there. I want it out there. So we're looking good. We're looking good. Might as well get this ready to go here. So, since I don't have need my sander. Yeah, I'm still good. For what little bit I gotta do here. Matter of fact, let's see. And a drill bit. It's not too big for my servo screws. Aha. Now, pilots, you have to excuse me. I had to do yard work this morning. I got up early this morning and got all my yard work done, and my sinuses and my hay fever and everything's all bothering me, so I'm all stopped up. But anyway, I digress. the servo fit in there good, okay. Now, but I've noticed on this model that this is a Flyboys model, supposedly, but when I bought it off YouTube, it had another name. I cannot think of it in my life, and I couldn't bring it back up on YouTube, eBay again. But anyway, these bases that the servos go in, you know, when you drill in your hole and everything. Well, around this one, it's not really as thick as some of the other models I've built, such as Seagull and even the Cryus, I think it is. I think that's what it was built just a little bit thicker around bases of things, landing gear, servos, joints. There's a couple places on this one where I've already been getting landing gear ready, and I've had to go and re-glue seams because I've heard popping and cracking and move things, and it's loose. But there's other models that, you know, there's no use in even checking for it. You know, it's already good in its quality. But, you know, when you get something new, you always want to check and do things like that. Inspect your model. We're going to take my servo bases here. Where'd my pack go? There it is. It comes with assortment of arms and some bushings and rubber bushings and a little copper bushing. That kind of keeps the vibration on your servo down a little bit. And if you look at it from the side, you'll see one's got like a belly to it and the other's flat. Now what I like to do is I like to put the flat one on top, put the belly towards the base, because what I do is I turn the little brass bushing and put it in from the bottom with the flat base on the bottom. You got to be careful not to push that in and not have that little bushing lined up right, or you'll cut that bushing. But they give you extras in case you do that, you know, in these servos that I buy. Yep. There it goes. I can't believe. Ah, oh, come on, thing. It's been so hard to get parts here lately. But, you know, I'm sure that you've ordered things and expected it just like I just done right there. Let's see if I can get that in that one. Things just ain't been working out today. I get that one out. I've cut that one. Imagine that. I'm on live and I've damaged a bushing. Like I said, they give you extra. But I mean, this is the collection of all the 20-gram servos I've been putting in lately. Okay. Now we'll simply put our screws in. Let's see here. And when that screw hits that brass bushing, it'll stop. And then the rubber bushing will have a little space there to keep the vibration down. So you don't want to over tighten here. You just want to get it a good snug. I'll go up here to this corner. I shouldn't really tighten that one yet, but I did. Oh! Okay, we'll leave that one out there for a second. And this one. Well, we'll use my sander to fix my arm, servo arm. Put it on. Oop, missed it. Okay. Now then, we'll have this. It gives you the arm, it'll have two of them on it, so I'm only needing one on one side. So I'm going to score it. I'll flip it over, score it, flip it over, and then break the rest of it. Now, if you try to do that all at one time, that thing will snap and break and crack all the way up to your gear, and you won't be able to use it. So kind of score it first and flip it around. Where'd I put my sander at? Now, just simply rounding it off. Get that slag off of it. Alright, now. Oh boy. Here we go. I didn't have this ready. That's what I didn't have ready. That's what I did not have ready. Okay. Where did it go? Yes. My Admiral 6-channel 600 gyro stabilizing. With such small writing, you can't hardly read it. And the throttle. Radio. Check my throttle. Okay. I got to go in right quick. Okay, we'll name it later. But right now, we are binding. And I do all this just to center, you know, but I'm going to go ahead and get it ready. Go ahead and get the... Oh, I got a Dean's connector with a... Oh, come on, man. You gotta be kidding. Right, now then. Everybody, Dean? Okay. Now I'm simply... Come on, thing. Stand there. Stand there, please. Now then, I'm simply going to plug this in here into the aileron. Get that centered. Okay. Find my arm. Just kind of put it on there. Don't, I mean, it might not look straight, you know, because you might be a tooth off, but you're all right. You're all right. Now we're just going to leave that there. I might have to drill this out, get this big old rod in it. This is a thick rod, yep. Imagine that. Oh, I had one. There it is. Alrighty. Uh-oh. I was moving the wrong way. Okay. So, if this is upside down, and is... I'll give it a left. And that's going right. That'd be turning, that'd be pulling my wing up. So I'm going to be reversing my ailerons whenever I get them done. But we are centered. And we can put this on this side now. once I get it mounted, I'll let my callus out just a little bit. Yeah. Alright, let me get my angle here. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, I can sit here and do this. So we're going to get this out of the way for right now. I got to make sure I'm going into good solid wood here. I got a block of wood that comes all the way out to here and goes under it right there. So I want to make sure that the two bottom screws is going in the wood. Now, where did I see them? There they are. Here's the screws. I'm trying to get it up here right. That screw's going to be going all the way through that aileron there. And that's once I get, you know, once I get the aileron glued in, I can make my final adjustments, you know, after that. But for right now, I got my markings. Now I'm going to take the aileron off. And that's exactly what I wanted it to do. I wanted that hinge to stay in there. Goodness gracious. Uh-oh. Yeah. Let me see if that one's, yeah, that one's in. Yeah, I believe the man did glue them hinges in, though, on that side anyway. Okay, well, good then. Because I was going to go ahead and glue this one to drill the holes, but hey, we'll step ahead now. Now I'm kind of wanting to hold this thing straight, because that screw is going to be going all the way through. Easy. Let's turn that speed down. Now, my hand's getting a cramp in it from all my yard work I've done today. I'm going to need a bigger bit. Oh yeah, perfect. Because you got to put a backing on it too. So we're going to have the arm here. And they want you to put this little washer on it, for crying out loud. Maybe, I don't know. Sometimes pilots, when they do little things like that, when they put a little washer in there, you say, why in the world did they do that for? Well, maybe in testing of this plane, these horns failed by simply snapping there in that base. So they give you little washer to put on it, so to give it a little bit more support on the base. Instead of making the base different or stronger, not, they just give you a cheap washer to put on. Imagine that. Wonder what CEO thought of that idea. He gets paid $250,000 a year. Oh! Okay, got that one going. Because I noticed on the landing gear it done the same thing, gave you these washers to put on it. I said, okay, I got you. I got your washer. Ooh, come on now. No mistakes. No mistakes. We got to see when we get all this stuff through if that other base is even going to get close to lining up. Oh yeah. Hoorah. Okay, we're going to leave it right there. Isn't it fun putting horns and arms and push rods on? So fun. Oh yeah, that's looking good there. Yeah, that's gonna line up perfectly. God, that one there's a mile off. Okay, you're coming out crooked. You're the bad seed. Okay. A little bit of attitude adjustment there. Oh yeah. Get down in that hole, you sapsucker thing. Okay. This one still ain't wanting to go in right. Still ain't wanting to go in right here. Alrighty, one more. And that one's in. That's going in as far as it can. Okay. What we might have to do on that one is put a nut on it. That's just, that one's maxed out. Let me get my pliers. Get a hold of that nut. And give it just a little bit of squeezing, Get that thing in there enough to where I can get a washer on it. Take it back off again. And the screw back in now. Come on now. What are you doing to me? Oh, there's that cramp again. Oh. That weed eater do it to you every time. Oh, the pains are coming back. Oh. Uh-oh. Where'd the nut go? Where'd I go? There it is. Alright, that got started. Just a little bit. You just see the screw coming out, you got enough thread on it. Anytime you put a nut, bolt, nut, screw on something, as long as you can get a full thread on your nut, you're good. Now, them two screws there sticks up there a little bit, but not really far enough to worry about cutting off. I ain't gonna do it. But what I might do is go ahead, since this piece here is gold, go ahead and paint that mount there brown and kind of camo it there a little bit. I might go ahead and snip them screw ends off if they'll pop off pretty easy. Most of the time that Chinese metal just, you know, oh come on now, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Just wanting to be a pain. But I knew it. You just wanting to be a pain. Just wanting to be a pain. So once you get one tight there, it leaves a gap in between the rest of them. So okay. Once I see my covering start to wrinkle, I believe that's tight enough. Alright. There we go. Can't believe them hinges is glued and that bag was sealed up. Now, the only way that could have been possible is the previous owner had opened the stuff and then took his little edge maker and put the seam back on it. to deceive me. I've been deceived. Alright, with them not glued, you know, at least we got action. We got action. We got action. Okay, pilots. I'll get my hinges glued on there and get this end glued onto the edge, which I'll show you right quick. We won't do it, but I'll show you. Alright, we're going to take this loose. Undo this. Make sure we take our blind plug back out. Put that over here. Now we have this receiver ready to go to this plane. Now I'm going to show you a little taste of what's next. Alright, we got landing gear. I got the rods is going from the landing gear mechanism on both of them. There's a rod going to the center here to where there'll be a servo mounted in that hole, and that's going to operate the landing gear. By hooking that rod to it, it goes through a hole here, and that will operate the landing gear. Okay, we've got buckets to put in, landing gear to line up. There was a hole cut for the sprung shaft to go into, so you knew which side to put the gear on. But we'll have the wing tips on and ready to go with that next. I'm out.